Hello, welcome to Passion for Marriages. Thanks for joining us today. This channel is dedicated to growing closer with your spouse through a deeper relationship with God. This teaching video on Passion for Marriages is called Your Marriage Model. Believe it or not, others are looking at your marriage. What you say and do for your spouse affects others. Does your marriage have a positive influence on others or a negative one? Is your marriage one that you want your children to emulate? Does your marriage honor God? We may not like it, but people, especially non-believers, are looking at our marriages. There are many differing beliefs out there about what a marriage should look like. As Christians, our marriages should practice mutual submission and service to one another, even in front of others. In truth, most of us act differently when we're around other people than when we do when we no one is looking. Ephesians 5:15-21. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. And do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit, addressing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody to the Lord with your heart, giving thanks always and for everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ. Your children will pattern their marriage after what they have seen. If they see hostility in your marriage, they will imitate that in their marriage. If they see love and devotion, they will mimic that. Everything they see in your marriage will be what looks normal to them, and they will carry that on into their own marriages. Mutual unconditional love and respect is a necessity in any marriage. Ephesians 5:1-2 says, Therefore be imitators of God as beloved children, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. As fallible human beings, our love and respect are usually conditional on how we are treated, but we need to be imitators of God. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. We need to love each other as Christ loves us. He loved us so much that he gave his life for us. Mark 10:45. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Every one of us needs someone to believe in us, even if we don't believe in ourselves. If we feel respected, we will work harder to maintain that respect. Our marriages need to honor God. God created the family unit. In short, God comes first above every other person or thing. Second comes your spouse, and third your family. There is no deviating from God's plan. As Christian married couples, we have the duty to model the kind of marriage that honors God. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, the head of wife is her husband, and the head of Christ is God. Remember that God created the family unit. We honor him by respecting his authority and the plans he has laid out. Hebrews 12:2. Looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. If we are practicing unconditional love and respect, a mutual submission to one another, and putting God first in our marriages, we will have the kind of marriage that exemplifies God's design. Thank you for watching, and please join us next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel to get more videos about building your marriage better. You can drop comments below or send us an email with prayer questions or comments to passionformarriages@gmail.com. Would you also commit to praying for this ministry? As always, we want to pray a blessing over you straight from number 6:24-26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Thank you for watching, and have a stunning week.